Guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Dolapo Janet, and in today's video, from the title, we're talking about academics, students, skills, and all of those things together. Okay, so going to school or from secondary school, if you're Nigerian, or you can relate to this particular story of once I get out of school, I have a good grade. Yes, I'm going to probably get a job, or just the breakthrough just come from having a very good grade or doing very well in school and all of that. But guess what? That's not the whole story now and this time at this age, because statistically it has even been proven and even be recognized that sometimes not only your degree can be recognized when it comes to getting a job. It's actually your skills, the kind of skills that you have learned can also be recognized, and they can hire you because of the skill that you have, especially in this time and age of working remotely. You see, when we're talking about this kind of topic, my my energy used to come up here. I'm so passionate about it that as a young person, it's very good to do well academically. I talk about academic excellence a lot in this channel. I'm also geared towards it. It's something I'm passionate about. So I'm not giving up when it comes to academics. I have a lot of resources on academic excellence. I'll put the playlist in the description. But here what I'm talking about is how it's also important to also brace yourself up, not only in academics, but also other skills that you are passionate about. I'm passionate about my academics, so I gave myself to it. It was I've learned to observe, and I learned while in school that not everybody's geared towards academics, and it is fine. It is fine. But you, if you're geared towards academics, you have the passion and hunger to excel in your academics. You know you can do better than what you're doing. You know you can stay longer to read than your mates. Please do it. Please give yourself to it, because that grace over your life is not for your waste, it's for a reason, for a purpose. So you are academically inclined, please, we have people like ourselves. If you know you're academically inclined kind of person too, let's say ourselves in the comments and let's encourage ourselves, because most times people usually use this thought of it's not about first class, or it's not about doing well in life. Don't about doing well in school that make you do well in life. Says who? What if that your own doing well in school is what will make you do well in life? So please don't leverage that grace that you have to do excellently well and do excellently well. Okay? That's my message for my fellow academically inclined people. Let's continue with our video on having skills, how it is very important. Like I said earlier, that is oh my god, that is statistically proven that you can have a particular skill. Maybe your certificate, you learned something, or you can defend that you learned something, and you'll be hired to get a job, especially in this age of remote work. So don't sleep on only your degree, especially if you're in part of the world that unemployment is very rampant. You have to equip yourself with skills. You have to be skillful, please. And if you are a child of God, you know God, you have a relationship with God, He actually leads and directs you sometimes through the kind of hunger and passion side of question that you have. So if you have passion to be a valuable person, it is God calling you up hither, because He wants you to learn something. So for me, as my journey as a student, I started with so much focus. Oh my god, so much focus on academics. I was a rugged girl in my first year. I was too rugged. Okay. And then I remember now, I'm like, why? I don't regret it. I never regret it. I was very rugged about my academics. I didn't have steez. I had zero steez. I didn't have steez at all. So when I started going higher in level, I started having steez, small steez. I knew myself. I'm grateful for the gift of self-discovery in my first year so much, because I was closer to myself in my first year. I had friends. I had started making friends for my first year. I didn't get very close to them until time. It took me time, okay, to get close to people normally. So those times of alone, I remember my Saturdays in the mornings, you can't find me in the hostel. For my academics, I was very, very serious, and it showed in the grades. Yes, it showed. I was ahead because I also leverage social media. I also leverage technology. I leverage YouTube, so I was kind of ahead. It helped me. I discovered myself. I know that I like this thing. I don't read at this time, or this and that. I was self-aware at some point. I know what I don't know. I know that this one I don't know it. I need to ask somebody to teach me. But I usually reach out to people. Okay, can you help me with this? So I took my academics serious. Okay. So by the time I got to my second year, I started. No, we had a very kind of long break, that a kind of strike that brought about everything. That time it was looking as if, God, what is happening? So that strike gave me exposure, little exposure to the corporate world, to business world, because I was working two jobs, volunteers, and I got so of course, if you are working in an organized space, that's why as a young person, one thing you can do for yourself, every day you want to end up having your own, is to actually learn in an organized setting, in a corporate place, a place where they have structure. Just serve there, whether you want to work there or you want to volunteer there, please serve there, because it will give you a sense of there's something that just imbued in you that you will learn, even if you want to have your own later. So I got to work in a business setting, pharmacy, where I learned how to interact with people, because I was still in 200 level, so I didn't even know much about. I studied pharmacology, so I don't know much about what I'm studying yet. And now I'm in the pharmacy. I was the pharmacist, and luckily for me, I worked in a standard pharmacy in Abuja. So I watched the pharmacist. There's a nurse on duty. I get to learn how to communicate with people in public there. It's very funny. I thought I learned that in school, but it was not in school, it was there. One thing I learned there was communication, public speaking, basically. I don't even know how to explain that fast, but I learned it there. Confidence, I built it there. Shout out to farms. God bless you. So I also worked in an NGO where I was learning. I learned office skills, typing, all those things. I already have them, but I have them. I just have a knowledge of them. I was not good in anything, but that space helped me to learn how to send emails, soft skills. Basically, I was gathering soft skills. I didn't even know that their name is soft skills. My designing skill, at the time I already started learning design and all of those things. I learned how to do little things, and I already had knowledge of social media, doing stuff on social media, but I had not started at the time. But all these things I gathered there helped me. So I had to now go back on my own after school resumed, took courses, and I was now ready to start taking courses online, because I already exposed. I would go for meetings. I already see people know things, and things I'm interested. I've already picked things I'm interested, and then I started learning. I gave myself to learn. Basically, I started learning. Please give yourself to learn as a young person. Don't be too. Of course, I'm not coming here to talk as know all. There are many things I don't know. Many things I don't know yet, and I'm still learning, hoping to learn. But I'm learning how to use what I know well. So please leverage your time in school as a student. Academics was priority. That's why I said I talked about academics first. It was priority, but I remember I took a course at the time that which I failed. I couldn't keep up, and because I think that course had to do with online, what's it called, virtual meeting. I can't remember what something, but I couldn't keep up. I was so pained. But I remember Saturdays I would submit tags. All those things were just part of the learning. I failed in the process. So failure, you learn from failure. But all those things I learned in maybe 8 weeks of that online course, even though I later failed or ended up failing, like based on their standard. I've explained failure here in one of my videos here. Okay, so you're not a failure because you failed. I used to tell my students that you failed that course. I failed that course I took, but all the things I learned in that process also helped me. Things I learned in that process, in that journey, really helped me to be able to, my social media, online, digital skills, things I'm really passionate about, helping young people have. That's why I said, if it's this kind of thing, my body is to boil. Okay. So please, if you're a young person, give yourself to learning, because if you think you want to become global, you'll see yourself being global. You are not. Don't allow your background, disadvantages or the things that you do not have, like, don't need to put your back on the ground. Because trust me, when we talk about global opportunities and all of that, you will compete with people that had background. You will compete with people that had good things in their background, like that had leverage, that had opportunities, that went to good schools. That will compete with people like that, people that had knowledge about business in their young age, they had leadership skills, they were already teaching them. You will compete with those kind of people. So we will not say because you did not have opportunity when you were small or you went to a public school, you are not going. You will show up for yourself, my dear. Please show up for yourself. Please show up. Give yourself to learn as a young person. If you're still in school, give yourself to learn. Know what is happening in your field and see how you can manage resources that you have. Because I don't like to just come and talk and say do this, do that, when I know that some people resources are limited. Many people just manage what you have, use what you have, leverage what you have, take courses even though you don't get the certificate at the end because they will ask you to pay, but take that course, have that knowledge. Take that from me. Use it as scope. No scope. Use that as a tip, okay? You can take the course, but they will ask you to pay for certificate at the end. But at the end of the day, you've gotten something, you've learned something, okay? Good. So take the course. So by the time you can afford it, you've already gotten something higher, okay? And please talk about what you have, package what you have, actively learn. When you are learning something, a skill especially, practice it, talk about it. That's why LinkedIn is there in this time and age. Talk about what you're doing. Let people know actively. I have a skills and sales bundle. If you're a beginner, you don't know what to do about skills, you don't know, you're just a student, I want to know what skill to learn, how to earn from me. Student's Guide to Earn is also part of the bundle and all of that. The link to it is in the description. Just go and check it out and get it. It will really bless you. It's a complete guide on how to get your skills, earn from your skills, and there's even a 7-day calendar for you that will give you what to talk about on each day as you're learning a particular skill. Okay, so I wish you all the best. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to this channel and make sure you make most of what you've learned in this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.